Hi everyone, welcome back for our follow-up on the name Thera or Terah. This, of course, is the father of Abraham, and this individual serves as this overarching near ancestor for all of the individuals that we've been discussing. And so one other way to understand Thera or Terah, as we were looking at the meaning of that name, but we just looked at it very briefly, is that his name could also be understood as, or his identity could be understood as Ishyael, which is essentially man goat or goat man. Now, it's not completely clear why, but there are numerous goat narratives with respect to Abraham's family. And so in terms of an overarching theme, you have this goat narrative with respect to Terah. So Terah is Abraham's ancestor. So of course, as we've seen, there's a goat narrative with respect to Terah, and so Terah is also known as a wandering goat. And most closely associated with the Terah name, you have the situation with Esau, where Esau is presented essentially as a baby goat, a royal baby goat, but a baby goat nonetheless. And finally, you have Jacob masquerading essentially as a goat as he imitates Esau in order to deceive his father Isaac. And of course, additional etymology information reveals that Terah has a number of pronunciations and also is understood as a wild goat or turning or wandering. And here you can see the transliterations more clearly, including the one on the end, which is Thera. And so this particular transliteration provides more clarity with respect to the identity of Abraham or Abram's father, this Ishyael. And what you see here with Thera is that Thera is understood as a hunting, prey, entrapping, game, and a means of capture, a net. You also see here that Abraham's father, the name also is understood as a trap or a stumbling block. You also see that Thera comes from Thayer, a wild beast. You also see some figurative language with respect to Thera. And so there's one understanding of Thera as a hunting of wild beasts to destroy them, and hence figuratively a preparing destruction for men. And here's additional information with respect to the forms and transliterations of Thera. One thing that was noted is that there's a dearth of information in the Old Testament Strong's Concordance with respect to Thera. It's supposed to be Hebrew in terms of that translation, but you do find clarification when you see this word in the Greek. And so we're going to look a little deeper at that. And so Thera is another word for Therion, and Therion is another name for a wild beast, and so properly a wild beast, or in some instances understood as any animal. And so when looking at this expanded etymology of Abraham's father's name, you see that it essentially means wild beast. Also in the alternative, it means a brutal, bestial nature. And you see here that Therion is essentially the same as Thera, meaning a wild beast, a creature, a beast. You also note, if you look in the book of Revelation, that Therion is mentioned multiple times as the beast in Revelation. It is also a depiction of what is known as the Antichrist, also related to the person and the power and the kingdom. Also understood as an entity with a brutal, bestial, savage, ferocious nature. And so when you look at this name Therion, you look at Thera, and then when you look at it in the Greek, you see this understanding of it. And so this is this expanded understanding of the meaning of the name of the father of Abraham. Additionally, you have Abraham or Abram's father associated with the construct of teraphim or teraphim. And this is essentially understood as an image maker, one who makes idols, an idol maker, associated with a temple for idols. essentially the name meaning the epitome of idolatry.